All right.
Okay, bro.
Okay. Alhamdulillah. All right. So, Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Salam.
Thank you for your time to join this meeting. Actually, the purpose of this meeting is to highlight for you the mistakes, okay, of the formatting. And also, I prefer, if possible, that everyone can open your paper, okay, and start from now, okay, to follow me what I explain. So I finished one complete paper. Okay, the author of this paper is lucky because he or she will not do anything. Okay, there's only one mistake actually I found regarding the references, but regarding the formatting, I will use this as a sample, all right, for you all. Okay, to show you what are the mistakes you did. To be honest, okay, all the paper I checked. Okay, just have a quick glance at the paper and found that all, unfortunately, are not meeting the correct formatting of the paper. So I already talked to Dr. Rajiv. Okay, our plan is to publish your paper before 1st February 2026. Okay, but due to the paper issues I found, actually, I really want you to do exceptional work, okay, so that you can finish the formatting by 27th of this month, 27th January. All right. So, and then I will have 1 day or 2 days to check your revised paper. And if all are ready, okay, then definitely I will upload it before 1st February. But if I still see many mistakes that actually will take time, unfortunately, then I think and I don't wish, okay, that your paper will be postponed. The publication of your paper will be postponed to next issue, which is April 2026. But it all depends on you. Okay, so I really hope that you can follow me today. Okay, I show you the paper, original paper, and also the mistakes I corrected. As I mentioned now, you can save time right now if, for example, you open your paper and I show you what are the steps, okay, that you can follow, okay, to make sure that you can even finish the formatting today if you follow me. All right. If not finished, uh, then you can actually check. You can check later when I finish the uh, the session. Okay, so please try your best. Okay, to finalize the paper as I mentioned by 27th of this month. Okay, and meanwhile, if you have any question, you can ask. Okay, I prefer that you ask question after I finish my presentation. All right, so that I can use the time, okay, to explain to you. Okay, so everyone, please open your paper now in Word. Okay, so while I'm sharing with you the paper I revised, okay, you please open the paper, your paper. Okay, let me share with you. Okay, so the first paper I actually, which I completely did it, okay, and formatted. Only one issue I will talk to you, right? So this is, yeah, I'm not sharing yet. I will share. Okay, this is for Siswadi, okay, and Shubaha. Okay, the paper is a technology integrated Rahmatan lil Amin based entrepreneurship, okay, curriculum, etc. Okay, so I will share with you the paper now and how I actually formatted it. Give me one moment, please. Okay. Okay, I hope you can see my screen. Can someone please confirm? Can you see my screen, please?
Yes, Prof.
Okay,
Very
thank
clear,
you.
Prof.
Okay, very good. Okay, all right. So this is the paper which I actually reviewed it. I mean, formatted it. This is the original paper. Okay, so as you can see here, okay, the paper. This is your paper, all right? As I mentioned, this is for Siswadi, and this is the one which I formatted. Okay, so as you can see here, actually I allowed or I enable the tracking, okay, tracking changes because I want you to see the mistakes you made, right? So I go through this just to show you, okay, the amount of work. Unfortunately, for this paper, I spend more than 5 hours. You don't believe that, right? But 5 hours, more than 5 hours to complete it, formatting. It's formatting. Okay. So first of all, right? First of all, if, for example, I show you without marking, this is the final paper, as you can see here. Okay, this is the final paper, well formatted with all, okay, correct formatting, especially the references. Okay, so number one, I'll show you step by step how to follow, how to format the paper. So I want you now, please, okay, I believe that Dr. Radif shared with you some documents I uploaded today, all right? So can you please open, okay, the template, okay? JESTEC template. This is the JESTEC template. Okay, I show you what is the best way, okay, and the fastest way you can do the formatting, okay? So can you please open this paper, this document, okay? Just take template, camera ready, all right? As I mentioned, please follow with me. If you do this now, probably you'll need the least time to finalize your paper. So follow with me. I actually guide you how to do that quickly and efficiently with the level or with the least time. Okay. So this, as you can see here, if I show all the marking, right? So number one, please. Number one is the paper margin, okay? Please pay attention, okay? How you do the the margin. Okay, I open another paper. Maybe the author now is working on that. Let me open new paper. Okay, so I show you how to do that. Okay, so this is one paper. Okay, for Lina Helena. Okay, so as you can see here, when I look at the paper, I see it is good, okay, compared with the previous one. Generally, it's good, okay. The overall structure, I scroll down to check. I see is overall, this paper is good, right? So I will skip this and check another paper. Okay, so you see this is another paper which in general not good, okay, as you can see here. You please, okay, compare with this paper and the template. Okay, this is the paper and this is the template. You see the difference. This is the paper and this is the template. This is the template, okay, and this is the paper. Okay, so first of all right, let's check the margin. Okay, is very important. The margin, because the first paper, actually the margin was not good, is wrong. Okay, I show you the first paper. This is the original paper, okay, which I actually formatted. As you can see here, the margin is not correct. You see the text here, okay, it's extended up to here, 120 something. But if I check my template, okay, you see actually the margin is up to 100 something. Okay, so means this is a major issue. This is a major issue. So how to confirm that your paper has the correct margin? So please, you go here, okay, double click, okay, and then you see the page setup. I repeat, okay, as I mentioned, please follow with me. Okay, believe me, when you follow with me step by step, you can complete the formatting of your paper today. Right? Again, here, this is the template. Okay, you can open your paper, for example. Here, I have 3 papers. So, for example, I take paper number 3, adoption of digital media and architecture, and so on. So if I go to the template, okay, everything you can actually do using the template. I show you how, okay. So please go here, okay, when your marker become like this, okay, double click, right? And then you see the margin. So please have a piece of paper, okay, and a pen, and right here, okay, the margin, we have 4 margins. The top is 25.4 mm. If you don't have the scale or the reading, okay, in mm, you can modify it. Okay, how? Okay, you go to the file, all right? You go to more, and then go to option, all right? And then here, when you scroll, general, when you scroll down, okay, or display, and we check the display. I also need to recall this. Let me see, advanced, normal, setting. Okay, how to, okay, all right, I found it. Okay, so I repeat. Okay, you please go to file, follow me. Then you go to more, and then you have options. Okay, you have options. And then the options, you go to advanced, you have general display proofreading, proofing and so on. Go to advanced and scroll down all the way down. And you can see here display, all right? And then show measurements in units off. Do you see this? Show measurements in units off. Okay, so here you have inches, you have centimeters, millimeters, points, you have picas, and so on. So please select millimeters. Okay, anyone has any issue with this? Because it's very important so that we actually both are aligned, okay, so we can do the work together, right? I repeat again, just in case someone did not pay attention. Okay, you go to File, right? I mean, here you need to open your paper, of course, not my template. And even this also can work, no problem. But anyway, you go to File, More, then Options. Then you select from the list here, Word Options. You select Advanced. And then you scroll all the way down. Okay, and here you can see the measurements. Okay, here, okay, display. You have show document content. You have display, right? And then you can select here millimeters. Okay, show measurements in units of. Then you select millimeters. Okay. Anyone has any question with this or did not manage to do that? Okay. I hope everyone done. All right. So if you have it in millimeter, no problem. You don't need. Okay. And if someone does not have this ruler, okay, you can actually go to view, right? And you have here option, ruler, grid lines, or navigation pane. So you tick ruler, then the ruler will appear. Okay, for example, now you see, I don't have the ruler. Okay, I go to the view, right? And then tick ruler, and then it will show here. Okay, now what we do next is to come back to our first setting. Okay, double click and write down for top 25.4 mm. Okay, next to its bottom, okay, must be 57.1 mm. And then left must be 31.7 mm. And right, you have 62 mm. Okay, so
Right.
yes, any question?
Yes.
Any question, please?
No, sir.
Okay, good. Okay, getter here. You see the getter here. Okay, 0 mm,
Okay.
and getter position, make it left. Make it left. Okay. So if you originally, okay, pay attention. If you originally you use my template to copy and paste your paper, I think you don't need to do this step. Okay, for example, I again go back to the paper I selected here, for example, for Ali. Okay, so if I double click here, okay, you see Ali used the correct, actually it's not very correct because here left is supposed to be 31.7. He put 40 here. Okay. Other than that, all are okay. Okay, so you need to change this to 31.7.
Right.
Okay, it make a difference, by the way. It make a difference in the number of pages. Because the paper which I formatted originally was this one. Originally, look, please here. Look, please here. This is the first paper. Look, this, as you can see here, is 16 pages. Okay, but the margin is not good. So for example, if I double click here, right, you see the left margin is okay, 25.4, 31.7, but here the bottom is wrong. The bottom supposed to be 57. You see if I change this, 57.1, and the right must be 62. 62. Okay, when I do this, you see here, the number of pages now is 18 pages. Okay, so it actually affects even the number of pages. Okay, clear. Okay, everyone, to make this step is very important. I said I will take this paper, which is for Ali, okay, and Astrid and Orhimat. Okay, I will use it as a sample to format. Okay, so first of all, are we okay with this? 25.4, 31.7, 57.1, 62 all okay. Right. Next. Okay. Here, please, for the heading, and here for the heading, okay, you can leave this. Don't write anything. I will change it. Okay. This is actually for the number of pages and so on. And even this page here, page number, you don't need to do anything. All right. You just leave it. When I finalize your paper, I can do that. Okay. So now also I want you to enable this, what is called the show and hide, okay, the paragraph marks, okay, like this, okay. You go to paragraph and you see sometimes it is actually in the pane here, okay, so you don't need, just click this symbol, right, because this is very important to show this, okay. Now if I compare this with our templates, okay, again I enable this here, is already enabled. You see, okay, if I compare this paper, the template with this paper, this is the template, and this is the paper. You see, we must not have this spaces. So you must delete this. Okay, you must delete this. Okay, scroll down and delete. Okay, now you see the cover page here. The title is not in the right position, and also it is not aligned correctly. Okay, you see here, please. This is the template. If I compare it with the second paper, is not the same. So you don't pay attention, please. It's very important. I told you this will save your time. You don't need, I repeat, you don't need to do this manually. I repeat, you don't need to use this manually. There is an important tool. You can use it, okay, to do this without actually doing this manually. How? Okay, look please here. When you go to the templates, okay, there is something which is called paintbrush or format painter, this one. Do you see this? If you don't see it, okay, you can use keyboard. How? Alt Control C or Alt Control V. Okay, Alt. Okay, Alt Control C. Oh, sorry, it's not this one. Alt or V, maybe Alt Control. Alt Control V. Okay, I think it is not working here, but anyway, you actually try to find this. All right. Okay, and when you click on it, you see the cursor will change to this form. You see, it's like brush here. Do you see that? Can you see that? All right.
Yes.
So
Yes, sir.
yeah, so this is, I would say, your magic tool to do everything. I repeat, your magic tool. This actually will save a lot of time when you do the formatting. So make sure that you have this. Again, I repeat, the magic tool. All right. So how I do this? Okay. So I said here that for this paper number 3, okay, this one is not correct. Okay. So how I correct it in terms of the line spacing, in terms of the alignment, and so on. So what I do here is to go to the template, okay, and click on this, and then I select the area which I want to copy the format. This what I'm doing is copying the format. So I click on this here. Okay, first I put my cursor on any place, anywhere here, not necessarily in the beginning, anywhere, okay, preferably in the middle. And then you click brush, okay, format painter. Then you go to your paper here and put your cursor here. And now it is corrected. You see, I did not do anything. I did not mark anything. I did not correct anything. The painter did that for me. Clear? Try this, please. Try this, because all of you, except some few papers, actually having this very important mistake, okay, which you need to correct. All right. Can we move forward? Okay, so for paper number 3, okay, which is actually for this title adoption of this, because I will use it, okay, to demonstrate how to do the formatting. So for you, for Ali and for Astrid and for Rohimat, okay, you just look, okay. Later, I will send through Dr. Martin. Sorry, Dr. Radif, I send you this paper so that you can actually check again if there are any issues. Okay, you are lucky that I'm doing your paper. Okay, anyway, right, all right. So let's move on. So now we finish with, I'm doing now the cover page, okay? Now what I do here, okay, look at the template. Is there any line spacing here? Nothing. Between the title, now we finish with the title. Now we go to the author names, title and author names. Okay, you see here, between the title and the author name, there is no space, okay? There is no space. There is a line spacing, but not space. I mean here, you see this paper number 3, you see this space, okay? So you must not have this one. So you delete it. If you have any space, don't worry about the spacing. I will show you how to do that, okay? So delete this if you have any. If you don't have, then it's okay. All right? Now, what we do next? We formatting the names, author names. Again, we do the same thing, all right? We go to the template, okay? Everything you know, okay? Everything you need to follow the template, okay? Again, you put the cursor anywhere on the name here and click this painter, go back to your paper and click here. Okay, you see now it is formatted, exactly formatted. Okay, but as you can see, it's formatted only for the one name. If you want to format all the names, so what you do here is, again, you actually, since you are formatted this one, you click on the painter and then you select all the names. And here you go, okay? You see it is now formatted correctly without any mistakes. Okay, so now here, please, there is one important issue I want to tell you about, all right? Here in this paper, this particular paper, this issue is okay, they actually follow correctly. But if I go back to the paper which I corrected for Mr. Seswadi. Okay, you see here, please pay attention. This is very important for all right? If you did this correctly, no need, but for all. You see here, I have how many authors? Pay attention. It's very important, please. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 authors. Okay. You notice here that author number 1, 2, 3, and 4, all from the same institution. All for the same institution. So you don't need, in this case, to write different numbers. Okay, so Seswadi is from Darajat University. Okay, also number 2 from the same university, number 3, number 4. So in this case, please, you just write here 1, 1, and 1, and then you delete all these affiliations. All you delete it. Okay, because all you are from the same institution. And then number 5, you change it to 2. And then here you put 2. If there are different institutions, then you actually need to write different numbers. Okay, if you have the same institution, okay, same university, but different departments. For example, for example, Taylor's University. One author from School of Engineering, the second author is from School of Architecture. In this case, you need to differentiate as well. Okay, means you put 1 and 2. But if the first and the second author from the same institution, same department, then you don't need actually to give different number. I hope this is clear. Okay, next important issue, please pay attention. According to our journal, we do not accept 2 corresponding authors. I repeat, we don't accept 2 corresponding authors. There must be only 1 corresponding author. 1 corresponding author, okay? So please pay attention to this, because I see here in this paper, Seswadi and Shubaha, both actually, they said that we are actually corresponding author. This is not acceptable. This is not acceptable. Only 1 corresponding author. Therefore, if you see in this paper, after I formatted it, okay, I can show you here, a markup. You see, actually, I put the first author as the corresponding author and put his email address. And you see here, after I corrected this, you see I put 1, 1, 1, 1, and then 2, and all first, second, third, and fourth author from the same university, and number 2, Najiha, okay, from University Islam Nagari, Maulana Malik Ibrahim, okay, Malang. So it's different university. Okay. I hope it's clear. Now let's go back to our paper here. Okay, so this we corrected. So make sure that number 1 and number 2 and number 3 must be superscript. So how we do this? Okay, you highlight number 1 and you have here superscript and comma between 1 and star. Okay, also must be superscript, right? Same goes for number 2, superscript, and number 3, superscript. Okay, and now I already see there is a mistake here. Why? Because number 1 and number 3 are from same institution. Therefore, 3 must be changed to 1. Okay, and here you don't need to write 1 and 3. Okay, you remove this. And number 2, because here Astrid is from different university, so it's correct that you put this here. Okay, again here, you see I have space, you delete. Okay, and then you see if you compare this with template, you see actually it is not the same. Okay, do comparison, you see here, this is the template, and this is the paper. This is in terms of the font size, in terms of the alignment or wrong. Okay, so this before we come to this, okay, here you can also use. I mean, you need to balance the words in one line so that it looks nicer. So, for example, here I can actually use a Shift Enter to make it like this. It's nicer, right? It looks better. It looks better. Okay, because previously here we have one word on one line, and here we have three more than one word. Okay, so better to do it like so. You put your cursor here at this beginning of the second or third, and then you use Shift Enter. Because if you use Enter, you see the difference here. There will be some line spacing, which is not needed here. So better to use Shift Enter. Okay, now, of course, here you can do same for the title. For example, I can make it better, look nicely like this. Okay, it's better, right? So you use Shift Enter. Okay, continue. Now we come to the affiliations, means the university. So what we do, again, you go here, all right? Click the painter, go back to your document, and then you cover or you highlight all this. Okay, now it is correctly and exactly what we do. Only what you need here to make this superscript, and this you make it superscript. Right? If you want to make balance, maybe you can do something like this or something like this. Just to make it like more balanced is better. Of course, here you see the corresponding author also is not correct. So I go again here and copy, okay, the format and click here. Now it is correct. Okay, so we finish, okay, with this part. Okay, now you see the space between the email address and the abstract is standard. Okay, is standard. Okay, you don't need to count how many or how. Again, you actually can do this. You cover this, highlight this, go to painter. All right, go back to your paper, and then you highlight this, and it now is nicely formatted. Okay, with exactly the same, okay, number, with exactly the same number. I mean the number of space. Now you see the abstract, the keywords, all are not the same as the template. You see here the distance, the spacing, the alignment, and so on. So what we do again for the abstract, take this painter, all right, and then you go to your paper. Okay, now it's okay. You see the difference? Now you see the distance between, or the spacing between abstract and the text is not correct. So again, we do the same. I told you this is a magic tool. Do this. Okay, go back, do this. Now it's nicely done. You see? You don't need to do anything manually. If you do this manually, you will not have correct formatting. And at the same time, you are wasting your time. Okay? Now, next what we do is to format the keyword and the spacing. Okay? So as you can see, always please refer to your, okay, everything. Okay? So you see here, there's no space. Okay? But there is actually a line spacing. But you don't need to know what is the line spacing, you just copy. Okay, so what you do here is to take all this, okay, like highlight, go here and printer, and then you do this. Okay, and you see it is nicely formatted. Of course, here there is no spaces, you delete. And that's it, it's done. Okay? So next, before we end, this all I'm talking about the cover page, okay? Next, what we do is, this please, I want you to make sure you all remember the keywords, usually we arrange them in alphabetical order. I show you here example. You see this is the original paper, which I formatted. Technology, integrated entrepreneurship, curriculum, digital learning system, and so on. So these are not actually arranged in alphabetical order because, for example, here the first letter is T, then the second word is digital, so it is not correct. Okay. Next, actually, how you separate the keyword, you separate them by comma, not semicolon. You see here it is actually semicolon, not accepted. You must use comma, okay? So this, for example, after I formatting it, it becomes like this. You see? This is here. Digital, D, then E, and so on. Next important thing I want you to remember, please, you don't need to capitalize all the words. You just capitalize the first word, the first letter of the first word of all keywords. So let me do this. Okay, demonstrate this. Okay, so look here. You see agriculture, and here agricultural, information and extension. So information, of course, must be after E here, right? So first of all, what I do is to correct the capitalization. So here you put I. So I put here I. Okay, if you want to do this, okay, all together, so you select these two words, and then you go to this change case and put lowercase. Okay, if you want to do manually, also can. For example, agriculture, extension, workers, and then digital media, adoption, digital literacy. This is correct. Smallholder farmers, F. Okay, now we corrected the capitalization. After this, we need to make the words, okay, in alphabetical order. If you have few words, you can do this manually. No need actually to do this using the word. But of course, there is possibility you can do it using the word, okay? So I don't want to demonstrate this for you. I give you the easy method, which is manual because we have just 5 or 6 words. So what we do here, agriculture, information, extension. So apparently this must be first. Okay, this here in this paper, it is comma, separated, is correct. Okay, so agriculture. Then after A, we have D, digital, media, literacy. So L must be before M. Okay, and we have lastly smaller or smallholder. This is correct. And please do not forget to add full stop. Okay, full stop. All right, so we finish with the first with the cover page. Please, I forgot to mention, when you do the changes, always enable the track changes. Why it's important? Because I want to see the correction you made. I want to see the correction you made. Okay, don't change the content of the paper, just do the formatting because the paper already reviewed and it is final. So you don't need actually to change anything, okay? So for example, here, I repeat, we did this now. After you make the track changes, Okay, when you do the changes, any change will be immediately shown here. For example, here I do I, you see. Now you see the changes is shown. R, okay, then extension E, then workers W, okay, media M, adoption A, okay, digital literacy, smaller farmers. Okay, now you and I are not comfortable with this because every time I do the change, I don't know which one is or how to modify or how to arrange. So you actually keep the track change and then you go to all here, all markup, okay, simple markup, all markup, no markup, or original. So you select no markup so that the changes you do will not be shown, but it is actually hidden. It is not hidden. It is hidden, actually. You can see it anytime. All right. So anyway, I come back to the correction. So here we move this here. All right. And then digital, we said digital literacy is before digital media. Okay, L before M and full stop here. Okay, now you finish with the first page. You see it is nicely formatted exactly according to the templates. According to the templates. Okay, you see the templates? Compare, right? This is, for example, 100. Let me make it 100. Okay, percent view. So this is what you see here. This is the template, and this is the paper. So which one look nicer? This one is nicer. Mr. Ali, if you are here, and Astrid. Okay. Any questions so far before we move on? For the first page, cover page? Please ask if something you don't understand. You may share your screen if you want, but I just want to stop now and make sure that everyone understood this before we move to the next step. Can we move on?
Yes, sir. Very clear.
Okay. All right. All right. Now, next, what we do? The general view. The general view. Okay. I come to the header and footer later, but let me now confirm or check the general view. So the general view means we have sections and subsections, right? For example, you have one is introduction, two is method, okay, table, right? Results and discussions, and so on, okay? So again, the main headers and the sub-headers, okay? The main title and subtitles, okay? I would say. So you see here the distance. Here, for example, acknowledgement is wrong. Usually acknowledgement, we don't number it. Okay, you must delete this, right? And here actually the big issue, which will take longer time when I explain, which is the references. Okay, you see here the references, okay, and compare with my references here and the templates. It's a big mistake, by the way. You see, we don't use square brackets. We don't use square brackets. Anyway, I come to this because this will take the longest time. Okay, the longest time when I explain. Anyway, now let's check the general view of the paper. So number one, okay, introduction. You see here, please, the section numbering, you don't need to do manually. You follow. You see when I put the cursor on the one, okay, on the number one, okay, here you see that the cursor color changed to gray. Means this is automatic, not manually. Okay, automatic. In case that you have issue, okay, and you actually don't follow the exact numbering, again, you go to the templates. This is the template. okay? And again, we use the cursor, we use the format painter. So what you do here, highlight this, okay? Not manually like this, but you put your cursor here and double click. Now you highlight all, including, by the way, the numbering, okay? Here, it is not covered, but is included. So what you do again, you use this painter, click here, go back to your paper, and highlight it, okay? So means actually you just put here. So this is correct. So in this paper, this introduction, I mean the numbering is correct. Now, if you want to make sure that all the numbering is the same, so what you do, there is something you can use it, okay? When you highlight this, okay, what we did actually, we click here, okay, and then we go number 2, section 2. Okay, it's okay, no change. Now, if you want actually to do this for all section, it will consume time to go to number 3, number 4, number 5. Every time you need to actually click on the format painter. You can actually keep the formatting, okay, for more cases. How? Okay, you highlight this, and then instead of click on the painter, you do double click, very quickly, double click. Okay, you make sure that you have the painter, because sometimes if you do double click, the cursor becomes normal one. So now I have this one. So you see, I go to section number 3. Okay, correct. You see, I still have the painter. All right, it's not change. Okay, now I go to number 4. Number 4, same I do here. Okay, and that's it. Okay, so means this is the main numbering. Okay, now come to the subsection. Okay, come to subsection here. Number 1, we don't have subsection, it's fine. Number 2, okay, we have method. You see here, actually these spaces, I'll talk about this later. Now, the method. The method, we have one section. Okay, number 3, we have subsection. Okay, now look please at the subsection of how we have it in template. You see here, this is 2, and this is 2.1. So first of all, you see there is actually a space between the text and the title. If I check this paper, okay, I see here, actually there is no space. Do you see this? There is no space, right? So this is not correct. So how I do this, okay, you have 2 methods. Number 1, you use the template. Number 2, you use the main heading here. So how? Okay, you click here, okay, put your cursor here outside, okay, click here, and then you click on the format painter, and then you click on 3.1. Now you see 3.1 is changed to 4, which is not correct. So what you do, you put the cursor here and use backspace until you reach the alignment, and then you write 3.1 point. Okay, 3.1 point, like this, right? And make space. If you put your cursor on the number, you see it becomes black or gray, means it is automatic correction. All right, not manually. Yes, I wrote it manually. I repeat. Okay, I repeat this. Okay, this is without numbering. Now I write 3, pay attention, 0.1 point. Don't write 3.1 only, 3.1 point. Okay, and make space. Now it changed to correct numbering. But still I don't have here the space. There is a standard space. So what I do, I go back to templates and take this one, the painter, go back here to your paper, do the same here. Now it is correct. You see? Right? Try this, please. Okay. Before I move to the second, okay, let me do the 3.2. So again, what you do here, highlight this, go to Painter, where 3.2, this is 3.2, is nicely, okay, corrected. But you see here, the difference between manual and automatic, because here the authors, okay, they do this manually. They do, because when I click on the number, it doesn't change the color, means it's done manually. That's why it is not accurate, right? And put here is accurate. So here you delete this backspace. Okay, now we repeat this, whether we have 3.3, 3.3. Do we have 3.3? Yes, we have here. Okay, now we correct this, 3.3. Okay, you see it is not corrected. Why? Because the color is not changing here. So how I do this? Okay, if it is not be correct. Okay, so I take this one, copy. This time I do copy. Okay, and here, okay, here, okay, I paste it. When you paste it, it will change the number to 3.3. Do you see that? Okay, so now you actually take this one. Then don't take this part, okay? Only up to here. Do you see the cursor, okay? Up to here. Don't take this one, up to here. Only the text, okay? Control X, and here, Control V. Okay, you paste it. Okay, now you see it's nicely corrected. You delete this one. You delete this one. Okay, so this is 3.3. Later I show you something important. Now, conclusion, we don't have subsection. Acknowledgement, we don't have okay, of course, the conclusion formatting and the other acknowledge must be the same, but acknowledge, actually here, acknowledge, by the way, is wrong. Please, you write acknowledgement. Please, okay, change it to acknowledgement, right? So the space and the size must be same as the conclusion. So what I do, again, highlight this, okay, and use now, okay, make it bold, and then you simply delete the number by using backspace. Now it's correct. Now it's correct. Okay. Now, this is the numbering. Okay, for the numbering, please pay attention. I noticed there's a mistake in many papers. Okay, so please pay attention. Pay attention. For the main title section, okay, the words, okay, first words must be capitalized. Means results undiscounted, and you don't need to capitalize results undiscounted. Now, for the sub numbering, please, only the first word is capitalized. So here you need to change this to rate R of smallholders, okay, S, and Indonesia, of course, you cannot make it small letter. Understood? Okay, go to 3.2. Do we have same issue? No. This one is correct, you see? This one is correct. Okay, go to 3.3. Okay, this one is correct as well. All right, so here the author did not do a mistake. Okay, so this is regarding the numbering. Okay, now we go to the text alignment. Okay, now we go to the text alignment. All right, how we do that? Okay, number one, you see here, you put what is called indentation, means some space here. Okay, this is the indentation. So one may say, can I do like this? For example, manually, you can do that, but you don't need to do so. Again, the painter will do this, okay, on behalf. How? Again, I go to my source, my reference here, and just put the marker, the cursor anywhere here, anywhere, okay, and you take the painter, okay? You go to your paper and just click here, and here is done, okay? Now, please pay attention. The first paragraph, okay, is not the same as the second paragraph, okay? You see here we have space, right? Here we have some space. Here we don't have space. This actually 0 space is only for the first paragraph exactly under the main number or the title of the section. Okay, so means here, if we go to number 2, you see, this must be corrected. If we go to number 3, this must be correct, 3.1, 3.2, and so on. I show you here how to do that. All right. So now, this is the first. So what I do, we know how to do that, right? So you just put your cursor anywhere here, anywhere, and then this time you use what? Double click. Okay. Why? Because you want to keep the format painter. Double click, right? We go to this one, corrected, you see? Only the first paragraph of the section or main section, okay? Click here, you see it's nicely formatted. Click here, 3.2, 3.3, okay? And for conclusion, acknowledgement, just to make sure it's correct, is fine. Okay, so here I see 2 spaces, not allowed. I'll show you later how to address this issue. Okay, now the second paragraph onward, third, fourth, and so on, you must put space here, right? Do I need to do this manually? Again, the answer, no. All right, so how I do? Go back to your template, okay, and select the second template. Just put your cursor anywhere here, anywhere, and then you do the painter and go back to your paper, select this. Now you see the difference, right? See the difference, right? So again, what we do next is to double click on the painter to keep the formatting, and we do for the rest of the paper. Double click here, right? This is okay. You see the difference now? You see the difference? Okay, this no need. This no need. Here, yes. Here, yes. 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 Again. Again. This no need. Check this. Check this. Correct this. Correct this. Correct this. Okay, you do all. Okay, now we're done. And save. Don't forget to save. Of course, all these changes I mentioned are recorded. Okay, if you go back to review, right, and go to show all markup, you see the correction we made, all these corrections we made. So this, I want to see you. I want to see it later when you submit your paper to Dr. Radif to submit to me, okay, hopefully before 27th. I told you, if you are following me, I think you can finish your paper today, all right? All right, so now we hide the marking, all markup, okay, and continue, right? So step by step, we finish now with the general form, general structure of the paper. Okay, now we come to the next part, which is the header and the footer. Please pay attention. I just now mentioned that for the header here on the cover page, you don't need to do anything. Okay, anything. Now, for the header of the page here, where we have the author, okay, this you need to correct. Because I see here this paper is fine, but there's some mistake. Okay, never mind. So how you correct this? Please, you put your cursor here and make double click so that you can enter the header and the footer. Double click. like this. Okay, I repeat, if you want to leave this, you can close the header here. Right? If you want to open, double click here. Okay, so here, please, you need to make sure that the distance between the number and the name is the same. How I do that? Again, I go to the template, double click here, and highlight the distance, Control C, copy, and go back to the paper and highlight the distance and Control V. Okay, means the distance is okay. Now, here what I write, please, here usually you write the first, you write the name of the first author followed by et al. without comma here. You see here there's a comma, right? Here a comma. You don't need this. Okay. Now we go back to the paper. You see here what is written: Ali, okay, Alam Shah, okay, and so on. So this you must write all, but not all. How? Okay. First of all, you need to copy it. Okay, copy all this here, the first name, Control C. You go back to the header and you actually put this and use, okay, use this, keep text only, all right, like this. So because if you do this, actually you have the same font and size. So here what you do, okay, you actually only write the surname. So Ali, we put a dot space, Alam Shah dot and remove all. And for Kusama Dinata, okay, only the first letter capitalized. So this all small letters. Okay, small letters, lowercase. And make sure it is italic. Make sure it is italic, like this. This is the correct one now. This is for, because we have actually two types of header. One is for the author, the second is for the paper title. Okay, now we finish with this. We go to the next page. You see the header is different here. You see what is written? This is the template you use to format and prepare your manuscript. So means here I put the name, I put the title of the paper. But one say, but the title of the paper is too long. How I actually write it? Never mind, you can trim it, means cut. So first of all, you take it all like this, Control C, copy, and you go to the second header, this one, double click, and then you highlight all this, and what you do is to use right click and use A. Okay, now it is correct. All right, so how we do this? In this case here, okay, delete, because you see it is, you don't need actually to put all. By the way, only one line is allowed. So what I do here, by the way, here, you need to capitalize each word. You need to capitalize each word, except of, in, and so on. So first of all, you highlight this, okay, and you go to capitalize each word. Now it's capitalized each word. So of, you need to make it small letter. Media is okay, and small letter. Agriculture information resources, a study on. So on, we don't. But now you see I have actually two lines. So what I do, okay, you put the marker before the number, and then you use backspace. Okay, use backspace to delete all the words here, don't need. Okay, and then here, the condition is to have actually 8 spaces. Okay, but it's special space. How? Okay, so for example, if I want to trim my title up to here, I will not have enough space to put the dot. How many dots I put? 4. Between each dot, you have 1 space. Look what I do, please. Pay attention. Space, dot, space, dot, space, dot, space, dot, space. Okay? 4 spaces, 4 dotted. Now you see actually here, this is okay because actually it is 1 line and I trimmed the title, which is not needed here. Okay, make sure, okay, you go to paragraph, make sure it is aligned right, like this. Yes, we have space here, but this is not needed, okay, because we don't have space to put 1 more word. Okay, clear? Right, and now come to the header. The header, actually, you see here, Journal of Engineering Science Technology, month, year, volume, XXY. So please, you can leave this, okay? Don't change it. I will do that. We will do that, okay? You don't need to change this. Okay, we finish with the header. Okay, so the header, we have 2 types. One is the author name, okay? And the second one is, okay, specified number of words of the title to put it here. Okay? All right. So now continue. All right. Next, what we do actually is to check the, okay, you may say, but still I have spaces. I will come to this later. Okay? Also, I'll show you how to do the tables, the format of the figures and so on. I come to this later. Okay, the spacing between the figures and so on. Right. So now let's check. Now, please pay attention. It's very important. It is very, very, very important. Now we check the figures, the tables, and the reference numbers. Okay, reference number. How we do that? How we make sure that we have all figures referred in the text, all the table are referred in the text, and so on. So what we do, please, here is to check first the references. Okay, the references in the text, okay, must be cited sequentially. What I mean by sequentially means you need to cite number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then, for example, 6, 7, and so on. For example, if you reach 10 and you want to return to 6, it's fine. You can write 6, but after this, you must continue 11, 12, and so on. Let me do that. Okay. How we do that? Okay. You please do this with me. You click Control F. Control F. Okay. Control F means finding. Control F means finding. F means finding. Okay. I repeat. If you are like this, having like this, you click Control F, or you have this symbols, you can click Find. Okay. Control F or Find. Control F or Find. Okay. Now, what I want you to do, please, everyone to do that. It's very important. Believe me, this will save your time. Okay. Okay. Right here, okay, left square brackets. You will see here in this pane all the references you have. Okay. So you need to check that all the references are cited in the text and cited sequentially, 1, 2, 3, and so on. Okay, so here you can click and start with 1 and 2. Let me, okay, zoom it. Okay, so here we have 1, 2 is correct. Okay, continue. 3 to 5, very nice, correct. Okay, continue. 6, okay. All right, then 7, nice. 8, 9, please follow with me. 10, 11, and 12, correct. 7 is fine because you actually want to cite again, no problem. But remember, we end up with 12, okay? 13, 14, 7 is fine. 15, okay? 13 is fine, 16. 7 and 16, nice, no problem. 14, 17, and 18, we reach 18. Right, 13, okay, no problem. 19 to 21, correct. 22, 23, correct. 16, 24, also correct because we reached 23. 25, okay. So here, I don't know why you have two square bracket. You can delete it. Can delete this one. Okay, we reached 25. Okay, 26 and 27. You look here, please. 28 and 27. You look here, you reach, because here you have results 27 of 27. So you actually finish checking. So the sequence and all the references are correct. Now, the last reference here, we have 27. Now I want you to check back to go to your reference list. You see, do you have 27 here? Yes, I have 27. Oops, we have 28. All right. So it means, did we talk about 28? Oh, yes, sorry, 28. Number, okay, 20. So the number of references cited in the text are or is the same as the number of the references listed in the paper. This is good news. Okay, clear? Finish with this. Okay, in case that you don't have correct sequential, I show you the example here for this paper. This is the paper which I formatted. Okay, if I do Control F here and click one, look, please pay attention. I show you the mistake here. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, all 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, all nice, 18, 19, 21, 22, 23, 24. Here, you see this? Okay. Then 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. And here you have the mistake, 30, 31. So the mistake here is what? You cannot separate is you actually need like this paper I'm doing now is correct. You must do it like something like this, right? Which in this paper I'm doing now is correct, okay? 32, 33, 34, 35. Now you see I jump here, or the author jump from 35 to 46, which is not correct. So here, actually 46 must be 36. And this is what I did. You see here the paper after I formatted it, you see here, this is the same paper after correction, 7, 8, 11, 12, all same here, right? 25, 7, 29, 30. You see, I corrected the formatting of the reference as well. 35, and now you see I corrected to 36. This, of course, requires that you need to shuffle the reference list. Means 46 must be 36 in the list. Okay, right? So in this paper, fortunately, okay, we don't have issue. We don't have issue. But of course, the reference list itself is issue. We come back to this later. Okay, now we come to so 3 things you need to check here. The references, figures, and tables. Okay, now we come to the figure. Okay, you write here FIG. Just write FIG. Okay, and you see you have 3 results in this paper. Okay, we click here. Okay, you see it's written figure 1. Okay, and then figure here. Okay, and then figure 2. So now we see we have a serious issue, very serious issue. Okay, can someone tell me what the problem here? What the problem here? Can someone tell me, okay, what the problem here? Not formatting problem, not formatting problem. What the problem here? Is a serious issue, very serious issue. Can someone please tell me what the problem here? Anyone?
The title of the figure?
No, not about the title. I come to this formatting. I said the problem is not formatting. I repeat, you see in this figure, it's written figure 1, then fig, okay, in the text, and then figure 2. So what's the problem here?
There is no explanation about all the figures.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. Thank you, Miss. Yeah. The problem here that the author did not refer to the figure and the text. Okay. So please here, this is an issue which I cannot, as editor, okay, or my assistants, okay, to do the formatting, they cannot change because this is author problem. Means actually the author must show in the text, refer to the page, refer to the figure. So if you have such issue, please immediately correct it. Okay, so I leave for Ali. Okay, later on I send you the paper. You need to show, because as I told you, I cannot add this. I cannot change, by the way, the content of the paper. This is ethical issue. If I do that, okay, so you must change this. If Ali is here, is that clear?
Yes, sir. Is that clear?
Very good. Thank you very much. Okay, so now come back to the formatting, because now we are checking the formatting. Okay, so here, please, number 1, this figure you see when you click on it, okay, as a whole figure, okay, it is important to make it in line with the text. In line with the text. How I do that? Okay, click on this paper, on this figure, and go to picture format. Okay, and you go to wrap text here, and you select in line with the text. In line with the text. Don't select square or tight or through. Okay, in line with the text. Okay. Clear. Secondly, this figure must be exactly in the middle. Exactly in the middle. Okay, so how I do that? Okay, you can use Format Painter, because you see this text is aligned left and right. So you can use Painter, and then you just actually click here in the front of the paper, and now it is nicely in the middle, exactly in the center. I delete this space. Later I tell you. Okay, now please pay attention here. You see here there are 2 spaces, you delete them. Okay, next here, okay, if you go to the title and you are not sure whether the title formatting is correct or incorrect, again, you go to the templates, okay? And you see here, I have figure, I have here figure, okay? You, again, copy the formatting, okay? You put the cursor anywhere here, take the painter, and then you go to your paper and put it in anywhere here, and now it's corrected. Why it is important? Because usually there is a spacing before the title and after the title. Okay, so that you don't need actually to put here spacing manually. How? If you look here, okay, well, again, you don't need to worry about the spacing, what is it, and so on. But anyway, if you want, you go to paragraph, and then you select here the line spacing options. And you see here, before we have 6 points and after we have 12 points. Okay, so this actually to make sure that you have this spacing, right? Next issue here is actually to more issues. Actually, I already mentioned when I asked question, one of your friend mentioned that figure here must be fig dot. Fig dot. One and followed by dot. And then here, guys, this is actually student style. They say the graph of smallholder adoption in Indonesia. Why you write the graph? We know that this is a graph. Why you write this word? Why you write this word? This is not formatting. This is actually one of the issues. So please delete this. If in case someone have this issue or this, you just delete it and write simply smallholder adoption in Indonesia. Okay, next issue, only the first word is capitalized. Okay, other words in the title must be small letter. So here you put small a. And lastly here, please, after the title, after the caption, we call this caption, you put full stop here. Full stop. Full stop. Full stop. Full stop. Full stop. Full stop. Okay, is that clear? Now we go to figure 2. So no need to go to template. You just highlight this, okay, painter, and you go to figure 2 here. This is figure 2, and do the same here. And now it's nicely, okay, delete, you don't need this. And also, you make sure that this is inline. How? Format picture, wrap text, inline. Now it's inline, okay? And it is in the middle. It is in the middle? No, it is not in the middle. We can make it in the middle, right? By selecting, for example, any text here, okay? Just to make it in the middle. Now it's in the middle, and the title, okay, we check because I see there is no correct space. There's no correct space here because it's very close. So usually it's 6 and 12. Let me try the template. Okay, now it's correct, you see? All right, so again, 2 issues or 3 issues. Actually here 2 issues only. So fig only. All right, space, make sure we have space here. Okay, we have space here. Okay, and then this is all fine. And just put here full stop. And again, please try to make this balance in the line. For example, I do here shift enter. And now you see it's very nice here, looking very nice. Okay, so we finish with the figure. Again, to the authors of this paper, please, you need to refer to this paper, to this figure. Usually, okay, you must refer it in the paragraph above it, not below it. For example, you must refer here, or here, or here. Okay, important is before. Likewise, for figure 1, you must refer to the figure here, okay? You must refer to the figure here, okay? You see here there's a close space. I'll come to this later when we finalize everything. Okay, now we finish with the figure. 3 things we need to check. References, we already done. Figures, we already done. Now we check the table. So right here, table. By the way, here, before I finish, actually, there's a very important thing I want to tell you, okay? Because I know you will have mistake here, okay? So, for example, please here, let me select a random paper here, random paper. Let me check this paper. I want to show you the error or the mistake. Let me check figure. Or actually, I check the paper which I formatted here. Okay, look, please pay attention. And this is very important, okay? Look here, the author wrote here, see figure 1, see figure 1. So this is the figure 1, okay? So please here, pay attention. In the text, pay attention is very important. In the text, okay, you don't need to write the whole word. You just write fig dot and delete the rest. Fig 1. All right? This is the rule must be applied. But this rule is exception when you start a sentence with a figure. For example, here, I write here, figure 1, okay, student, and so on. Don't write fig 1 only, okay, if you starting a new sentence or a sentence, you write it in the full, the figure in the full. Okay, I hope this is clear, guys. All right, it's very important. I will check on that. All right. Now come back to our paper, number 3. We check now the table. All right, table. All right, see how many? We have 6 results. You put your cursor on the first result, table 1. So the data is analyzed quantitatively while the explanation of data is shown in table 1. Very nice. Okay, you refer to the table. That's good. Okay, now we come to the table. Okay, we have here something to explain. All right, number 1, the title. The title is okay, except actually here you need to put dot. Now, the alignment of the title, again, you don't need to worry. For example, here we have space. We need to delete it or keep it later. We do that. But here the author actually put small space here like this. Just want to make it not very close. But you don't need to do that. Again, you go to the template and you look for the table here, and copy its format. Okay? Go back to your paper and click here. Now it's nicely corrected. Don't do this manually. All right. Now, let me check if there is another table. Later, I come to the table itself. Okay, format. We have here table 2. So how I format it? Okay, again, copy, enter, go table 2, and just highlight this, and it is corrected. Again, you can make it dot here, right? You can, again, actually the same rule. You don't need to capitalize each word, only the first word. You just make it like balanced, more balanced. Like this is fine, all right? And here you have space. Manually, you put it here, you delete it. Okay, now we come to the formatting of the table. All right, let me check if the author table 1, you see here another issue. The author did not cite, okay, or refer to the table in the text. Again, to the author of this paper, please, here, in this paragraph, or in this paragraph, anywhere before the title, you must refer to the table. Is that clear, authors of this paper?
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. All right. Now, how we format the table. All right. Number 1, there usually, generally, no borders, except for the main line. How? Okay, look at this, right? Highlight it, go to table layout or table design. And here, okay, borders, you say no borders, okay? No borders. This is how to format it. Number 2, only the main title and the bottom line. So highlight this, and then here in the border, you put bottom border and top border, like this. Now we go to the last row, and we just select bottom border, like this. Okay? I hope it's clear. Okay. Usually, we actually make the header as bold. So this, please, you bold it. Okay? And this one as well. Bold. Okay? Next is the alignment, okay? Or the shading. Okay. So if you have many rows, more than two, right? You need to actually shade the even rows. So how I do this, you go in front of this, just click, you cover it or you highlight it, then you hold Control and go to this is second, go to the fourth, fifth, and sixth, like this. And then you go to the table design, and here shading, please select the first one here. The first one, which is 5% darker, like this. Okay? Actually, here I see that this explanation and the author actually put this within the table. Usually, the explanation should not be put in the or it is part of it. It is part of it, I guess. So this explanation, right? The author of this paper, you mean 1 star is low influence and 5 star is very high influence. So this explanation. So what I do here, I put border here, and then I actually take this out from the table and put it here. Okay, and then delete this row. This is how we do it correctly. Okay, like this. Okay. So you see here, there is a space, a very big space. So this actually you can do it like aligned right, left, like this. Okay. So with this we have very nice, and of course here this one is correct. You put it as the center here. Okay, align center. Okay. Now we go to table number 1. We do formatting for the table. All right, you see here, this is correct. Okay, now we have here number of rows. Okay, so this we can highlight and then make it bold. And then here, as I mentioned, we use or highlight the the even rows. Okay, so this is 2. This is 2. Okay, and this is 4. That's it. All right, so we highlight here. Okay, as I mentioned, the first one, which is 5% darker. All right, now it is done. Okay, so this one is correct now. So again, here 2 issues for the author to address, referring to figure 1 and 2 and referring to table 2. Okay. Now, actually, there is more we can do for here, but if you submit like this, I'm fine. Okay. If there's any more work to do, we will do that. Okay. Now, before we move to the next very important part, or before it actually, here, please, I notice, okay, that most of you like to use this symbol for the and. For your information, this is actually informal. When you write a paper, actually avoid using this symbol to refer to and, because you are writing text. Why you put here and? Okay, so how we change, if you have too many, okay, for example, here, I don't like this, maybe I can align left, align right, sorry, left, align left, just make it nicer. All right, never mind, just small point. Now, how I change and, okay, and use words and. Okay, so again here, guys, you have very nice tool. You go to editing and replace here. Okay, find what? Find this symbol and replace it with and. Especially, I noticed this, by the way, in the references. I'll show you the paper which I formatted. I'll show you how I corrected. Okay, so now you have options. You either replace all at the same time or you replace one by one. Okay, make sure that if you select replace all, this will not affect words that and is the correct, not A and B. So if you are not sure, then you go and do this one by one. So you take, okay, you first click find next. You agree to put this, yes, it is text, replace, and here you see, actually, I am not sure whether this is and, but since it is in the text, okay, it's better to keep it and. Later I come, of course, to the references because this is actually the big chunk we need to explain. Okay, so in this case, I replace this one. I told you you have mistake, okay, in the formatting of the references. We come to this as the last part of today's session. So replace this, yes, replace. Yes, replace. Okay, so you see, I show you how actually to do this efficiently. Okay, so we finish with this. Next, just to double confirm, find next, nothing. Okay, then we close. Okay, now we finish with the most important, actually important part, because the most important is the title. This is itself a big story. Anyway, now what we do before we go to the references, we check the general structure of the paper, the spacing, okay? All right, so you go through this one by one, okay? I show you here. This is fine, nothing, okay? This one is nice, you see the spacing is fine, and here you see is space, so you need to delete this. Okay, now you guys, please, the spacing between the title and the text above it must be 12 points. How I know this or how I correct it? You go to paragraph, okay, you select the line and paragraph spacing, and you go to line spacing options, and here you see it's written 6 and 4. So please make this 12. Okay, make this 12. Alternatively, okay, I do control. You go to the, if you don't want to go through all this, you go to the template and you see the text here, okay, before the figure or before, because this is also applicable before the figure, or the text like here, you see, okay, the spacing, I mean, here, you copy this. But this one, actually, we have the last paragraph, which actually with indentation. So let's take this one, okay? Copy, painter, and come back to your paper. And now this is the standard space, okay? I don't want to see something like this. Something like this. Don't want, okay? Don't use it, please. All right. So now we check again. See? All right. So this is what I mentioned. Delete. Okay. And it seems that I have here 12 is fine. Sometimes you just look at it. It is fine. All right. Then we continue. The distance here must be 12 as well between the border and the next size. So again, here you need to go paragraph. Okay. Then line spacing and make it 12 before. Like this, okay? Here, same issue. So we need to make it 12. So we can actually take the format of the template here, double or click only. And here you go. You see, it is nice. Delete this, no space like this. All right. Okay, I'm satisfied with this distance because we already did before. It's all fine, all fine. And here actually is the big chunk, right? You see here, I have here a big space, which is not enough to fit the figure here. Okay, so for the time being, guys, please, if you are experiencing such issue, you leave it, we will do that for you. Okay, you leave this, okay? I'm not happy with this, but we can manage it, okay? Important that you do the rest, okay? So I repeat, this you don't need to do, we will do that, okay? Continue here, fine, 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 here, delete, space, right? This all nice. The distance here must be 12. So paragraph, okay, line spacing, so before 12 points, okay, nice. This one good, this is not good, okay. It must be 12. So either you go to the template, do this, like what I just now, or you can use the steps I just showed you. Now it's 12, you see, right? This I don't want, right? Again here, you must have 12. So you can again go to paragraph, line spacing, and here must be 12. Okay, done. Here also 12. Okay, then comes to the references. This itself is a story. This itself is a story. Now, guys, we finish with almost all the paper, which I would say is 60% of the work, and the 40%, which usually actually takes very, very long time for us as editors and as format editors, okay, because I have team actually helping me, right? So I actually here need to explain to you now, right? So before we go to the references, right? Just it's very minor. You don't need to do that if you don't have time. You see here, I have 2 spaces, right? Which is not, by the way, this sometimes actually make a big difference, okay, in terms of the number of pages, if you don't believe, right? So how I do this at once, all together. So what I do here, I select this, means I have 2 spaces, Control C, copy. And then you go to editing, go to replace, and you just paste like this. You see nothing, right? But there are 2 spaces. And here, replace it with 1 space. You just put like this. Use the cursor, use the space bar. Okay, like this. Now you can actually either, as I mentioned, replace one by one or replace all. I don't recommend you to use replace all because there are some places we have 2 spaces, but you can actually use find next. This, by the way, is a minor issue. Replace, okay, here, yes, replace, okay. See the spaces you see here, spaces, yes, replace, 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 okay. Don't do yes, okay. We can write find next, replace, okay, replace, 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 continue like this, all right? Okay, place, all right, check again. Okay, no more. We have here 1, replace, and that's it, I guess. Find next. Oh, we still have replace, that's all. Anything else? Okay, that's all. Oh, still. Okay, if you are not sure, you can actually go to the first page all the way, and then you click next. Okay, you see, this is what I told you. This is the reason why I don't want to replace all, because here you see, just now I mentioned the distance between the number and the author. is standard, so that's why actually I need to skip this. So I click Find Next. Find Next. Okay, same here. You see, because it's standard, I don't want to change. This is the reason why I cannot use all. Okay, now we have all done. Okay. All right, so this paper now is almost done, except the references. So what I what I suggest now, because I believe that for for the references we need almost 1 hour. So I suggest if Dr. Radif is still here, okay, can we take a break 10 minutes and we come back to continue with reference formatting. Dr. Radif? All right.
Yes,
Yes,
I'm
Prof.
here
Yes,
waiting.
Doctor.
Sorry.
Thank you. All right. So I'm
Yeah,
just
yeah, yeah.
saying, I'm just saying actually that we have one last session, which is
Right.
actually the most important and the most time consumed, which is referencing formatting. All right.
All right.
So I said that actually for this session, we need maximum, I think, 1 hour. So I
Yeah.
suggest now that we take a break 10 minutes and we
All
come
right.
back. If you are all okay, then we continue. If not, then actually we need to have another session, which I don't encourage.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. So
yeah.
10-minute break
Yes, thank you
to
very much.
adjust for.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Thank you very
the
much, Prof.
last important part. So I believe now, I actually I never explained, by the way, like this for
Yeah.
anyone.
Yeah. 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 I'm sorry. I'm
But
sorry for
actually, I
this.
did it in very detailed. Okay, so I hope after this session and the recording, it will be available for all authors. Okay,
Yes.
I
Yes. Of
believe
course.
that I will receive perfect papers, inshallah. Okay, after 2 days, because I believe that
Inshallah.
now, if author did what I did now, okay, with me,
All
I
right.
believe they already done, except the
Hope so.
references, which is itself a big story. So we will
Yeah. Yeah.
do this after the 10-minute break. So now it's exactly 12 o'clock. So please
Okay.
come back all 12:10. Okay.
12:10.
All
Okay.
right. Thank you very
All
much.
right.
We see you
Thank
later.
you very
Okay.
much, Prof.
Don't leave. Please don't leave. Stay.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
All right. I stop
All right.
sharing and then we come back after 10 minutes.
Okay. Okay. We can do it together. Line. Thank you, Prof.
Yes. Thank you. Come back again. Okay. Thank you.
Oke. Ya, teman-teman, Bapak Ibu sekalian, silakan dicek dan di-adjust seperti yang disampaikan tadi oleh Prof. Abdul Karim. Kita punya waktu 10 menit untuk perbaikan. Kalau ada apa-apa jangan khawatir, jangan ragu, jangan sungkan, silakan tanyakan ke saya apa yang perlu diperbaiki. Saya pikir tadi sangat jelas sekali penjelasan beliau. Silakan waktunya 10 menit. Mohon diselesaikan semuanya ya. Terima kasih. Mohon tidak keluar dulu sampai nanti bagaimana hasilnya. Terima kasih.
Ora nemen.
Saya kira semua jelas ya, nggak ada pertanyaan ya. Kalau mau apa? Kalau mau ada eh, cek ulang, saya sudah share file apa namanya recordingnya tadi. Kita masih sedang di YouTube, saya masih sedang live di YouTube, ada di YouTube, YouTube. Ini ada semuanya ya. Mohon apa namanya direspon nanti apa yang kurang, apa yang belum, apa yang perlu diperbaiki, biar nanti bisa terbit langsung. Sayang kalau tidak terbit karena sudah diterima oleh beliau. Terima kasih. Siswadi ada situ? Pak Siswadi?
Yes.
Halo. Ya.
Halo, ada.
Zat, jadi corresponding autornya cuma satu nggih, Zat?
Koresponden autornya satu, ada ko-nya itu ada 4 gitu.
Ko-nya nggak usah, cuma corresponding autor saja satu. Tadi kan
Oh
dijelaskan.
itu satu.
Ya. File yang
Yes,
terbaru udah
yes.
saya kirimkan. Zat.
Oh ya.
Ya. Silakan disesuaikan aja ya.
Ya, sip.
Gitu.
Sami.
Pak Ali ada Pak Ali? Pak Ali.
Ayo Pak, ini
Hadir
lagi
ya Pak Ali ya.
diperbaikin, hadir Pak,
Sip.
lagi diperbaikin.
Jelas ya tadi ya perbaikannya ya.
Salah clear,
Siap, nuhun. Lanjut Pak Ali, nuhun.
mangga Pak.
Okay, it's 12:10. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome back.
Yes, bro.
Yes. All right. So let's continue. And before we start, actually, I already mentioned. Okay, I already mentioned that I completed one paper and actually the second paper as well. So the first one I completed, I already sent to Dr. Radif. So I want to highlight the issue with this paper. There is only one issue, of course, the formatting all done, right? But there is one important issue I want to share with the author of that particular paper, okay, to address, and then they send to Dr. Radif after this, inshallah. Hopefully before 27th, I receive all the paper. Okay, let me share my screen again. All right, please confirm you see my screen.
Yes, very clear, bro.
Thank you very much. All right. So back to this paper, okay, which is actually I rename it as DCAS 2025 _1 MX. So MX actually referred to the students' initials who formatted the paper, right? So this paper, okay, as I mentioned, if I show all the mark up, okay, there's a lot, okay, as you can see, of correction done here, a lot, okay. So what I'm doing now, okay, to make the authors of this paper life easy, first of all, I will accept all the changes, okay? Accept all the changes so that the paper becomes clean, right? And then after this, actually, there is one comment I wrote to the authors. Okay, so are the author of this paper is here? Are you here, the corresponding author of the paper, of this paper? Can you please, Mr. Or Siswadi or Shohia, Shobaha? Are you here? Anyone is here of this paper?
I think he is
You
here. Siswadi, Pak Siswadi is now.
Okay.
He was here just now.
So Siswadi is here, right? Okay, anyway, so for this particular paper, actually, I check all the references, and there is one reference, which is number 5. Actually, I couldn't find it, okay, in the internet, okay? So, it's very important that all the references we use are credible, okay? We need to check the credibility of the references. Okay, so the first I couldn't actually find in any website. So the authors need to check, okay, this reference either to change it or correct it. Am I clear?
Yes, very clear.
Okay, so I just to make it since we are here, so let me. Okay, let me check. Okay, I've sent this to Dr. Radif now. Okay, so please, Dr. Radif, you pass this paper to the authors to correct this and send to you later. So please, this is the version I want you to pass to the authors, okay?
or maybe you can send to me all of them.
It's already in WhatsApp. Maybe you can share with the authors later.
All right.
Okay, good.
Just
So now,
in one time.
okay, now we go to the hardest part, okay, of this task, which is how to format the references. Okay, so before we go to this particular paper, which I'm doing
Buang
now,
ingusnya, disirup-sirup aja. Heran. Iya,
okay,
buang.
please, please, guys, here, everyone, to mute your mic, please. All right. So before this, actually, first I will show you the rules, okay? The general rules you follow, okay, when you do the formatting of the references. Okay, after this, we have a particular example to do or to apply these rules to correct the formatting of the references. Okay, so as I mentioned now, it's very important to make sure that all the references are existing, right? And all the references are used in the list, okay, are used in the, or cited in the text. Okay, I open now this instructions, all right, which I shared with Dr. Radif, and he already passed to you. Right, so this is actually the rules, okay, how to cite, okay, so I here gave examples of how to cite the following types of references in the reference list. So we, by the way, we have different types of references. We have a journal article. We have journal articles in a press, means it's not, it is online, but it is not assigned volume number or issue number. We have proceeding or presenting conference paper. We have textbook. We have a chapter in a textbook. We have thesis or dissertations. We have reports, and we have electronic references. Okay, means these references which are taken directly from the internet. Okay, so here I give the general form of each type. Okay, and then I detailed with examples here. Okay, so, and also after this, I show here how to cite in the main text, right? We'll go through this. Okay, number one, we come to the most common reference, which is journal article, right? So how we cite the journal article, please pay attention, this is very important. Okay, so we know that we have, for example, a journal article with one authors, with two authors, with three authors, sometimes with 12 authors, even 50 authors, especially for medicine paper. So how we cite each journal article with the number, with referencing to the number of authors. So usually when we have one author, okay, how we cite it? Okay, number one, here the font must be New Times New Roman, and the size is 10, as you can see here. All right. Secondly, usually we write one dot and then space. Again, this is not done manually. You can do it. You can do this using the brush, okay, or the painter, right? So here you need to write first the surname of the author. Pay attention, please. Surname of the authors, followed by comma, followed by space, and then the author initials, meaning the first, second, and third name, right? So this is A.S.M. without any space. Okay, the example I give here is about, for example, my name. So my name here is, the full name is this one. Okay, as you can see. This one, okay? So if I want to cite it, okay, based on our journal, by the way, please do take note that our referencing style is a unique style. We do not follow the standard existing style in the literature, like, for example, APA or IEEE and so on. We have our own citation style, all right, which I mentioned is different, which is very close to, I would say, to APA and to IEEE, but not exactly the same. This is why actually you need actually to make the formatting manually, reference by reference. Okay, so we start here. This is, for example, the full name of the authors, as you can see in the paper itself. So you write the surname. Okay, this is the surname, usually the last name, comma. Then ASM is coming from here, A.S.M. Okay, clear. Now, in case of two authors, okay, you do the following. Please pay attention, it's very important, especially for the separation or separator we put between two authors. Okay, if you have two authors, so we know now how to write the name of the authors. So you write the first author, then separate it by semicolon. You see here? This is semicolon. And right after this and then you write the name of the second author. Clear? Now, in case we have three authors, okay, the same rule applied, okay, and always appear before the name of the last authors, okay, before the name of the last authors. So here, for example, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 authors, okay, and this is the case, for example, we have 5 authors, all right, you see, always separated by semicolon, okay? And now, in case, for example, we have a case where we have more than 5 authors. Okay, how we do that? Okay, of course, if you have 30 authors, by the way, there exist some paper like this, all right, especially the medical papers. Okay, so of course we cannot write the name of all 30 authors. So what we do here is to write the name of the first author only, and we followed it by et al. Means, for example, here, I write the following. You see here? All right? Just add like this. In case that you have a number of authors more than 5. Okay, clear? Right. Now we do after this, or we write after this, the year of the publication in brackets. Okay, round brackets. Okay, like this. Followed by dot, okay, followed by the title of the paper, okay? I'm talking now about the journal article, right? And the examples I give here all showing that, okay? So for example, the title is written like this. Okay, what is here the rule? Number 1, it is again Times New Roman, size 10. And we, by the way, here in the title, capitalize the first letter of the first word of the title. Okay, like this, you see? Of course, if there is in the title name of city or person or something actually, there are some words we cannot make it small letter. So of course, for example, if you write Indonesia, we write I capital. All right, that's actually typical rule. All right. So this is how we write the title. Okay. After the title, you put full stop. Then you write the name of the journal. Okay. Size is again and always Times New Roman 10, but in italic mode. You see this? Italic. Please do not write the abbreviation of the journal. It's not allowed here. You must write the full name of the journal. Okay? Like here, for example, Journal of Engineering, Science, and Technology. Right. After the title, you put comma, and then you write here the volume and issue number. So the volume and issue number. The issue number, you put it in brackets like this. For example, volume 17, issue 2. Comma, and then followed by the page number. Okay, 21 to 29. Okay, right. So this is the correct format for the journal article. All right. So of course here one may argue and say, but there are some journals they don't have issue number. They have volume, but there is no issue number. No problem. You just write the volume number. Another issue, one may say, I see that some journal they don't have a page number like 21 to 29. They have, for example, E 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. That's all fine. No problem. You can write this number as well. Clear? So this is how to cite the or a journal article. All right. So I gave here 4 examples for different scenarios. You can follow. Now, next type is article and press. As I mentioned, what's the meaning of article and press? Some journals actually they publish the paper online, but they don't assign volume number and issue number. Sometimes even the year they don't assign. Sorry. Okay. So in this case, actually, if you don't have the year, if you don't have the volume, if you don't have the issue number, page number, and so on. So the citation is instead of the year, you put in press. Okay. And then you just actually write here the name of the journal. I mean, the title of the paper is important, of course, and then the name of the journal. That's it. Okay. This, by the way, is common practice that some journals actually publish paper in advance. For example, now we are in January. Some journals actually they publish paper even in June or July, right? But they don't assign usually sometimes they assign the year, but not the volume and the issue. All right. So done with the journal articles. Next, very common reference type is conference paper. So I will not talk again about how to write the names of the author, because this is applicable for all types of the references, right? So just talk about the other part. So here for this conference paper, so the title same as we did in the case of journal article. All right, same size always 10 and Times New Roman. Okay, after this, please, you write proceedings of the. Okay, this is a must. You must write it all the time, and followed by the name of the conference. Okay, I repeat. This is, by the way, is in italic mode. In italic mode. Okay, so you write proceedings of the, and then you write the name of the reference or the conference, and then the location where this conference was held. Okay, for example, Penang, Malaysia, for example, Washington, USA, and so on, right? And then after this, you write the page number if existing. If not existing, you can omit this. Next is textbook. All right. So the name, as usual, I don't want to repeat it. Okay, followed by the year in bracket. Now, what you do is to write the title of the book. This time, the title must be in italic mode. Okay, dot followed by the publisher. So you need to write here the name of the publishers. Okay, page number is not compulsory. Okay, if you think that it is important to highlight exactly the pages from which you take the material or took the material, you can add the page numbers at the end, no problem. All right. Okay, sometimes, as you know, we cite a chapter in a book or in a textbook, okay? So in this case, you don't want to cite the entire book. For example, you want to cite chapter 1 or chapter 2, right? So as you know, when there is, most of the time we have a book, and the book actually, there is a main author, and also there are some authors for each chapter. Right? So in this case, what we do here is to write the name of the authors of that chapter, okay, as usual, okay, and the year, and then we write the title of the chapter, and then after this, you write in. When I write in means actually I'm referring to the main textbook, okay, means the book in which we have the chapter. So what you write here, you write in, this is a must, and then you write the name of the authors or editors of the book, and then followed by comma. You need to write EDS, by the way, means editors, because we want to differentiate them compared with the authors of the chapters, right? So then you follow it by a comma, and then you write the title of the book, not the chapter. And as usual, you need to follow it, okay? You put full stop and follow it with the publisher name. All right. So this is for the chapter, for the textbook and a chapter in a textbook. Okay, next type is thesis, PhD or master, all right, or sometimes we call it dissertations. So how we cite this, usually you write the name of the authors, okay, year, dot, then you write the title of the thesis in italic mode. So we actually treat this type of reference in terms of the formatting, same as the textbook, okay? So mean the title must be in italic mode. Okay, then you put dot and write what is the thesis is, what is PhD or master, and then you put the institution here, okay? Department or just the university, no problem. Okay, if you don't know the department, maybe here we have, in this example, we have Department of Mechanical Engineering, University of London. I just put random case, not necessarily to be true, right? Or you can write, for example, Department of Islamic Studies, and then followed by, for example, Universitas, UNIDA, okay, for example, right? Okay, so I put here two examples, one for master and one for PhD. Notice here I put PhD thesis, and here I put master, okay, dissertation, because typically this is what I know, I'm not sure, but usually actually for the thesis, for the master, we call it dissertations, but for PhD, we put it, we use thesis. All right. Next is how to cite a report. Sometimes you want to cite a report, okay? So usually you write the names of the all authors followed by the year, and then you write the name of the title in normal mode, and then the details of the title, like NACA report number 623. Okay, you put this in italic mode. Okay, if you have the institution, it's fine, you can add it. Lastly, we have here the citation from the internet. Okay, so how we do that? Okay, you put here the name of the author. Sometimes actually you don't have the name of the author. Maybe it's a company, or it is, for example, name of the web page. Okay, it means there's no author, so you can write here same. Okay, for example, you may cite a reference about SDG, okay? So this is usually the author is United Nations, okay? So you put here United Nations, and then you put the year, and then here to write the title of the reference, you take it, or you use it here in normal mode. And here is a compulsory, this is a compulsory, to write retrieved, okay? October 5, 2022, 2020 from. Means here you write the word retrieve followed by which day, okay, month and year you cite the reference. Because this again is very important for credibility, because sometimes actually I put a reference from internet. I took it, for example, in year 2020. But probably for some reason, this web page is not existing anymore, okay? So when someone after me want to know, okay, then he, when use the link, actually, he or she will not find, right, the source. So in this case, am I, or did I, for example, make a mistake? Of course, no. Okay, that's why is the internet, I mean the date is very important. All right. Then you, after this, you put comma and you write from, and here you put the link from which you copy, okay, from the internet, the link, correct link, okay, from which you take the information. All right. Okay, so this is the theoretical part, okay, means I already explained to you how to cite all the types. All right, so here we go back to our paper. All right, we say that this paper is almost done, except for the, okay, except for the references. Okay, so the first mistake I notice here, and it's very obvious, is the format of the reference. So the authors here actually use 1 in brackets, square bracket, which is not allowed, So what we do here in this case, actually you need to change the format to be same as the template, which we use 1 dot, okay, and so on, like this. Okay, and of course here, I already mentioned that the size and the type of the font is Times New Roman 10, right? And also there is actually a certain spacing you need to follow, right? Again, you don't need actually to know exactly what is the spacing, okay, 3 or 2 or 4 and so on. You can always use the painter to do that. But just for your information, the spacing, I wish if you can write it down, okay, the following. So it is actually before 3 points and after 0 points. Before 3 point and after is 0 points. Okay, so now how we address this issue of this paper? Okay, you have different way to do that. First of all, you need to get rid of the squares, okay? So one method, let me try this method, see whether it works, right, is to highlight all the references here. And here in paragraph, use this one numbering, okay? And use this numbering, this 1 point. You see this one? And now we already get rid of all the squares, or I mean the square brackets here. I repeat, just in case, because I see some papers actually they use this type of numbering, right? So again, you highlight all the references. Okay, then you go to paragraph, and from here you see we have bullet points and we have numbering. Okay, you select numbering, and from the numbering you select this one, 1 point, 2 point, 3 point, and so on. Okay, and here we go, we already changed all. Okay, this is the general appearance. The issue is inside. Okay, never mind, we can actually I, by the way, will correct a few references here as samples, and then I will ask the author to correct the rest. Okay, so now, as you can see here again, the spacing is not correct. So what we do here, we go and use the painter. So this is the template. If you have any questions, always you can go to the template and it will answer your question. I mean, you can check here. Okay, so here we do the painter. Go back to the paper. And here we go. Okay, so it is exactly like this, right? But the other papers, other references is not. So I do not recommend you that you actually cover all and then use the painter. Why? Because actually here, the italic mode will change to normal one. So better to do it one by one, okay? And it is not time consuming. You just actually, again, use the painter. So you just put your cursor here and double click to keep the painter. Go to 2, 3, and correct all like this. Please just put it, okay, on the first word. Don't put it in the middle because sometimes we have the italic mode. It will change to normal mode. Okay, so here we have 28 references. Okay, the good that all these references are cited in the main text, which is good. All right, so finish this. '27 and 28. Okay, now the spacing and the references, I mean the spacing, line spacing, and the numbering, all are correct. Now let's go through the references one by one. Remember, I already corrected one issue where actually you wrote the and symbols instead of and word, which we already corrected, all right? Do also refer to the tracking, okay? If you want to see all the correction, always you can actually enable all marking and you can see what we did. Remember this and, I changed to and, this one. Okay, all given here. Is evidence that you made the changes. And as I mentioned, please enable the track changes when you format your paper after this session. Okay. Now let's start with the first reference. So the first reference here, I see that the authors use the DOI, okay, to refer to the paper, which is actually not required in this journal, right? So you need to remove all this, right? So first of all, we need to check the credibility of the reference. So since the author actually here did or add the DOI, by the way, here there is software, you can download it, and it's very helpful. It's called Zotero, okay? This one. It's very simple, it doesn't take that much space in your computer, and it's very helpful, okay? So this, actually, you can use it for also searching for the references, okay? So for example, you can search by DOI, you can search by ISBN for books and so on. So since I have here, of course, there are two methods. One method is using website, and the second method is to use the software. But be careful. Actually, sometimes this software does not give you the accurate information. By the way, I tried it. Sometimes it does not give you the accurate information. Therefore, it's good to double check, okay, cross-checking with the internet, all right? Of course, the safest way is to use the internet, but the beauty of this software is actually give you the information almost similar with the format we have it. Okay, let me try this for you. Okay, so you click on this icon, okay, which is actually the identifier, and Control B. So you know this one. Okay, I take the DOI in this paper. Control C. Okay, and paste it here. Okay, click Enter. Of course, if the identifier is not valid, there will be no outcome here. Okay, so you see here what the software shows. It shows that this is a journal article, means this is item type, and then give you the title, okay? Intensity of agricultural information, etc. So let's check the title here. Yes, intensity of agriculture. Okay, by the way, the format of the title, as we mentioned, is correct here. Okay, and then followed by the name journal, the journal name. So we check here, it is written Helion, is correct. Okay, and here you see what is the mistake, that the author wrote the volume number. Here, by the way, you need to write comma, not dot. Okay, so it is 11, but this software shows that the volume is 11 and the issue number is 4. So here you write 11.4 in brackets as I instructed. And then you have the page number. As I mentioned, that not all journals, they have like this structure, for example, 20 to 26 or 10 to 23 and so on. Sometimes they have special page numbering or paper numbering. Okay, so this is fine. You follow the journal. Okay, so here you actually just put dots, right? It's E42495, which is the same here, E4249. Okay, and then you delete this one. You delete the DOI identifier because I said we don't use it here. Okay, so alternatively, I said you can use the internet directly, right, to identify or to check the. Okay, for example, I copy this link and use internet, paste it. Okay, and then you see here, this is Sign Direct. Okay, one of the prestigious sources for references, and trustable, credible. Okay, so you see it is written Helian. Okay, 11 for correct, and page number is E42. Now we check the name of the authors. Okay, whether it is written correctly. All right, you can check here. You see it's written the name of the. By the way, I told you that Zotero is good because here actually it follow the style we have. So here is the surname followed by the first name. So Shitai and Zebanei. Okay, so here we must write Shitai, comma Z dot. Okay, is this seen here? Yes, this is correct. Okay, this is correct. All right. And what is not correct here is you actually separate the authors by comma, which I mentioned is not correct. You must change to semicolon, right? Then Tada CB, we check. Yes, here you see is correct, comma, semicolon. And the second mistake here is and. So you must write here and. Okay, with this, you have full and correct citation. So here I told you that you need to write small letters, but you see here, East Gojam Zone, this is name, so we cannot make it small, or Amara region, Ethiopia, so this all names we cannot change. Okay, so now we do the second one. You also showed here the DOI number. If you look at the mistakes here, number one, of course, no semicolon. Number two, there is no and. Number three, here is you did not write the full name of the journal. You put abbreviation, not allowed. And you just put 1 to 17, which is actually probably the number, page numbers. So here you did not show the reference, I mean the volume and issue number. Okay, so let's find out this. All right, but before we continue, actually, I have something for you which can save your time. It's apparent in this paper that the name of the authors, okay, for all references is separated by comma. So we can actually change this manually, but I show you here how to do this faster, okay, by using the replace, okay? So what you need to do here is to highlight all the references, okay? All the references, because you're targeting this section only, like this. You highlight. Okay, and then we know that I have to change, all right, dot comma to dot semicolon, right? But of course, not for all cases, only for the authors. So in this case, you must pay very good attention, okay? Be very careful that you need to do replace, find next and replace, find next and replace. Because if you do all, then any dot and comma will change to dot semicolon, which sometimes is not required. Okay, let's do this. All right. So you go to replace, okay, dot, comma, you replace with dot semicolon, okay? And then you control one by one, all right? So you write find next. Do you want this? Replace. Do you want this? Replace. You want this? Replace. This one, this one. Okay, yes. All right, yes, yes, yes. Okay. Okay, don't say that I can replace all. No. Some cases actually need to keep it, like dot, comma, only. Place. So you see, actually, you can save a lot of time. Just observe and accept the change, or use next, or find next. All right, here is all accepted. Okay, replace. All right, we have 28 here. Okay, be careful. Don't click replace all. Otherwise, actually, all such cases will change to comma, semicolon. Sometimes not needed. Place. Okay, we finish. Word finished searching your selection. Continue searching. No. Okay, close. Right. Now, next issue, all right, is and. Okay, as you can see here, right, in all references, I see that you did not use and. Again, you don't need to use to change this or to add this manually. You can do this using the replacement. Okay, so how we do this? Again, select all for the references, of course, section. And then where you want to do the change. Usually I want to do it, okay, before the name of the last author. So in this case, you want to change dot semicolon to dot semicolon space and, right? So this is the case. All right, so we click replace. So we have dot, comma, space. You need to replace with dot, comma, space and. Okay, here you must be, you must actually pay very good attention, because we just need to change this for the last author. Okay, so therefore here is a must use find next. Okay, do you want this? No. Find next. Okay, find next, find next, find next. Yes, this is the last author. You see, the last author. So we click replace. Okay. Is needed here? Yes. Replace. Oh, we have here issue we need to pay attention, because you see here actually and on the name of the authors there's no space. So this case we need to write here or to add here space. Okay, so this we must correct manually. And there is one more case. I think we face it here. Yes. Okay. Right. So find next. No need. Next. Next. It is not the final name. Yes, here is the final name. So replace. Yes, it's correct now. Next. So here, please, you need to be very careful. This one, yes. No. Yes, place. Two authors, replace, straightforward. Two authors, again, replace. Here we have more than one, more than two. So we need to look for the last one. Here, the last one. Okay. We have here two authors, yes. Replace. Okay, this especially is saving your time when you have too many references, because the first paper I actually formatted, there are 53 references. Yeah, so it's not possible to do, I mean, can possible, but it takes time. Okay, find next, replace. Yes, yes, yes. 2 authors, no problem. Okay, find next, replace. Okay, replace. Find next, Okay. And we finish this. Replace, next, replace. Okay, I don't know why it is written here. This in bracket, we will find out later. Replace. Okay, next. Replace. Almost done. 27. Next. Okay, here you see is already and, so we don't need to change. Replay. Oh, sorry. I come to this. Okay, replace. Right, so we have here one case, we have two and. Delete. Okay, save. Okay, so here we finish with this, right? So this, by the way, you can also highlight and make it normal, not bold. And also the size must be 10. Okay, correct. Okay. Right. And now we check next reference. As I mentioned, I'm not going to change all references. I just take samples, and the authors of this particular paper need to do that. It's good for this paper that you add the DOI, because this will make easier for you to track the paper and put its exact information. So let's do the second reference. Okay, so here, number one, we have a mistake, must be dots here, right? After the year. Okay, and then I take this and use it here. Okay, for example. All right, so it's a journal article. Make sure it's the same title, market accessibility. Is it correct? Market. Yes, market accessibility, so confirm. And then here you see the name of the journal is given here in full. I told you this is very helpful because it follows exactly or very similar to what we have. Okay, so this name of the journal must be italic mode. All right. Okay, and then see whether there is volume. Yes, it's actually just written 1 to 17. All right, so I told you not necessarily to add if there is no information. You just follow the journal information. Despite this, it will be actually helpful if we check it online, just in case, because I told you this software sometimes not accurate. So just to double confirm and check here. Yeah, so this is the name of the journal, correct? Right, Journal of Agribusiness. And by the way, actually, in many journals, there is a place where you can see here cites. Okay, so it's give you the citation. It's give you the citation, right? So you view the citation. You can see how actually it is cited, right? But of course here they want you to follow one of the standard citation styles, which I already mentioned is not followed by us. But here you can see the name of the authors, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is it here 6? Yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. And then the information is 1 to 17. We have no other information. As you can see here, the paper itself or the website itself says 1 to 17, which means actually we cannot add anything more. Just leave it like this, no problem. Okay, so that's it. Now, next is this paper. Let's check this one. Yes, this is a report, okay? You see it's written a report, right? And the name of the authors are Davis. Okay, so you see here, this is what I actually, what most concern me, okay? Is the incomplete information, okay? So here, please, you need to write all the name, because here apparently that you did not do the correct citation, right? So this is a report. So this is the title of the report. Okay, the title of the report. It's the same, I guess. Yeah, the same. And then the authors actually need to list all here. We have 3. Davis, KE. Okay, so you see it is also incomplete. Semicolon. The name of the second one is Babu, SC. Okay. You don't need to write it yourself, just copy and paste, of course, here. Comma, Babu, SC. And the name of the third author is Ragasa C, comma, C. Okay, so the year is confirmed 2022. And then the title is written here. And here you delete this, is not correct. International Food Policy. International here, institution, food policy. Okay, and then you have here, if you want to add this, not compulsory, Washington, DC, normal. Okay, and delete the DOI here. So it is evident here that this title or this reference is incomplete, right? So here you check, all right, if there's any information needs to add. This is the DOI, we don't try this. So now you can actually, if you still have some confusion whether this formatting is correct or not, because it's a report, So you go to the information or the template, right? And you look for how to cite a report. So for example, I told you here, I give example for all types. So this is how to write or cite a report. So it means after this, we need to have a report number or the institution. Okay, we put it in italic mode, which is followed here. Okay, next, number 4. And this is the, let me check the type here. Okay, I want to select different types because I will send back this to the authors to do. So I see here most of the papers, so or the references, next references. Number 4 is, it looks like a journal article. Number 5, same. Number 6, same. 7, 8, okay, 9, 10, okay. Also 11, 12. So if the similar type, I don't want to do this, okay, you guys do this later to save the time. Okay, I take this example because here we have mistakes, okay? Number 13. Number 13, you already showed here the ID, the DOI. Okay, so we can check here. Oh, I selected this because there is a mistake. So this is a journal article, right? Okay, and we have here, okay, 2 authors, Waichi and Steinfeld. Yes, Waichi and Steinfeld, correct. And the year is 2016, volume 22, issue 2. Volume 22, as you can see here, is not complete, 2. And the page numbers are 320333. This is correct. The name of the journal, of course, must be written in full. Okay. Okay, I correct it now. Comma. And the next issue here is the title, right? Why don't, okay, small letters, farmers, right? So if you don't want to do this manually, you select here and then lowercase, then technology affordness and barrier to market information solution in rural Kenya. So all these small letters. Okay, with this we have correct reference. Okay, so this for 13. 14 is a journal paper, so a journal article, so you can do it yourself. 15 as well, 16, 17, 18, I guess, okay, 19, okay, 19, 20, again, this is the name of journal, very famous one, Helion. All right, and here we have different type, which is, no, actually it is again a journal article. Next journal article, Journal of Cleaner Production, one of the very prestigious journals, okay. Agronomy, 26, Journal of Sustainable Extension, 27, okay. Here, you did not attach or write DOI. So what I do in this case is to search. So if you want your search to be very efficient and save time, I advise that you select the entire title here, Control C, you go to the website and put this in quotation. Put this in quotation because this will give you exactly the paper information, right? Okay, and now you see this is the very common issue we face, that we don't have information about this paper. So what this indicates, if I take all the title and exactly paste it in the bar, okay, search, and did not find it, it means that either this title is wrong or it is not completely written. It actually makes some challenge for you to find it. So you need to try different ways to identify this and find the source of this reference. I selected randomly, all right, luckily, okay, that we have issue with this. So here, one of the method you can use is to search by the journal. So here, if the information, we assume the information is correct, we need to look for this journal, Agroeconomic Research Forum. All right, so we take this and see whether this paper existing. Okay. All right, so here, let me see. Agroeconomic as a journal is difficult to find directly. All right. So what we do in this case, you need to try a different way. Okay. For example, you can select part of the paper title. Okay. And search. Okay. Okay, I can see here, this, by the way, is also another issue, that the title, sometimes the title of papers that, for example, are published in China or in Indonesia, they use their own language. So I can see here, let me click on this. You please help me. I think this is the title written in Indonesian language. Am I right?
Yes, correct,
Can
Prof.
someone- you
Indonesian.
see? Yeah. So it is actually, actually here, this is a combination of Bahasa, Indonesia, and English, because here the last three names are in English. I don't think that systematic literature review is in Bahasa Indonesia. I am sure. Okay. But let's check here the other information. Right. So I tell you what you need to do in this particular case. First of all, let's check the authors. So Azhari, correct. Okay. Amana S. Okay. Fatia A. All right. So the names of the authors are correct. And also volume number 41, number 1, the year 2023. For 41, here we add 1 is missing. All right, 1. And 45 to 63, I guess this is the correct number of pages. If not, you can open PDF and check. Okay, sometimes actually the source is available. Yeah, so confirm 45 to 63. And you can see here, actually, there are two titles, one in Bahasa, Indonesia, and the second is the English translation of the title, right? The role of agriculture extension, communication, and farmer organizations in building resilience of smallholder farmers. Okay, so I think here the translation is a bit different because he's written systematic literature review, while the title here is not. So this actually makes some confusion, especially when the paper originally is written in different language rather than English, and make it very difficult to find because you just now I showed you that I used the title, but I couldn't find it exactly. So actually here we allowed I'm talking about my journal, we allowed to write the title in different language, okay? And also you can add it in bracket, add the English version of the title. All right, so I'm going to do that, okay, because this is for the case of referencing is very important and crucial. So we put, in this case, this title here. Okay, make sure we use the same, okay, you can see here, it's actually showing me different references. Is 28, right? So be careful, right? And then we can check here. Yeah, okay. So again here, we need actually to do the same, means make all small letter except the first letter, right? Yeah. Okay, and then this is systematic literature review, small letters. All right. All right, so here you actually can put in brackets the translation of this paper title, I mean. So here is written exactly, I see that is the same written here. So please, in case that you have such cases, because I know I'm actually very familiar with the paper from Indonesia. Okay, so I know that some authors actually wrote the title in Bahasa Indonesia, which is fine. But if you can add actually the translation in English, this can be done also. You can do that. So here I put this. So you can follow me, please. In this case, you follow the method I just now explained to you. Okay, all right. So the rest, please. I see here also we have a journal article. So for the authors of this paper, okay, what is left for you to do is to actually check the references, which I didn't check today, right? And I think you just need maybe 1 hour to finish this paper and complete it. All right. So now, before we end this session, when you finish everything, all right, I want you to do what is called language checking, okay, which we call it editor, right? So first of all, just want to let you know that actually for the language we use here is English UK. You know, there's English USA, English UK, English Indonesia, Malaysia, and so on. So for us, actually, here we use English UK. And the difference is what, as you may know, for example, analysis or analyze. In American, okay, English, they use Z, okay, analyze. But English, they use analyze, okay, S. So this actually it's not actually compulsory, but I prefer that you, when you finish everything, okay, you do just a very quickly, right? I show you how to do that. All right, so you first of all use Control A. Okay, with this you actually highlight the entire paper. Okay, and then I want you to go here, okay, and you click on this language, and you see here you have different languages. Okay, so you select United Kingdom, English United Kingdom, right? And take this, and then you can use save as default. Yes, and then click OK. So means now we are using in the entire paper, because sometimes, okay, you see some part is written in English Indonesia, some part is written in English UK, some part English USA. So to get rid of all this, you actually do what I just now showed you. Now we start the editor. So this can be done actually within 2 to 3 minutes maximum, very easily, okay? But sometimes actually it shows you really a serious mistakes, English mistakes, okay? Like was, where, are, is, and so on, right? So it is actually worth it to do that, okay, to make sure that we don't have like, basic mistakes, okay? So you click on the editor, and then you see we have spelling, you have 69 issue, grammar 4 issue. So you go through one by one. Okay, spelling sometimes because of using names or words, actually, I would say in general, that are not in the dictionary of your word software. Okay, so it's highlighted, as you know, by a line, okay, red line, okay, underline. Okay, so let's start. Okay, so you see here, general, nothing to do with this because it is a name. So you just ignore all. Here, ignore all. Now, this is what I mentioned. You see this study analyzes, but in English, UK is analyzes, okay? So you select, okay? If you want to correct all similar cases, you have here 3 dots, and you say change all, okay? But if you are sure, you can change all. But if you are not sure, you just click on the selection here, analysis, okay? Now counseling, okay, in US 1L, in English 2L, so change, same here, right? Analyzing, change. Okay, this is of course abbreviation, nothing to do with this, you ignore all. Right, analyzed, okay. And you see here, actually, the importance of doing this checking. You see here, the author wrote technology. It's supposed to be technology, right? There's no such word, which is technology. So this is a mistake, and it's really is not good that actually in a journal, the editor actually overlook such very, very obvious mistake, right? And this is actually the benefit of doing this, right? So it definitely is technology, right? So this is a name, you just skip it, ignore all, right? So now when it comes to the references, the names of the authors, all you can ignore all, okay? Because it is not like normal English word. So this you just ignore all, this will save time, Helian, okay? Ignore all. You see here, as long as it's related to the name, no issue, we can just ignore all. Right, you see here we have technol, because this is a shortcut or abbreviation. This, of course, you need to correct later. Okay. Right, so this again, you see journal, Okay, King Saudi University Science. Okay, this is, I ignore at the moment. I need to, of course, correct this. Okay, carefully, 111. This is again abbreviation of a journal. Okay, here you see it is written Skills and Farm Book. Okay, when it comes to the title of the paper, please do not change it if the title is correct, right? Unless there is a grammar mistake, all right, or spelling mistake. But generally, actually keep it, okay? Need to check whether the title is correct or not. But at the moment, you can ignore, okay? Ignore. This is what I mentioned now. We have here a title in Bahasa, Indonesia. So this, of course, you can ignore all because we are not using. Okay, so same here. So you see the title in Malay language, I'm sorry, in Bahasa Indonesia. All right. So now we finish with spelling. Come to the grammar. Sometimes it's very important. All right. So you see here the correction or the editor suggests, okay, to change consists to consist. Why? Because village, institution, and Bogor. So both are, of course, plural. So we must use consist. Okay. So this is again a very obvious mistake. Right? Has. Okay. So here, in addition, the scale of business has substantive effect on farmers with a land area of more than 2 hectares. Has. Okay. So I think here we need to use have. Right? Influence to. This is actually here suggests influence on. Right? Now, when it comes to the title, please, of the paper, do not change unless you are sure that the title is correct. So here, for example, the suggestion is to change environmental to environmentally. Okay, we cannot change this because this is the title of the paper. Of course, you cannot change the title of the paper because it is already existing as a literature. So you just skip this, don't change, of course, right? Don't, please, when it comes to the reference section, avoid changing the title, okay, or the words or any word in the title. Authors, you can skip, I mean ignore, but the title, no. No change, okay? Ignore. Right, so it's done. Right. Okay, so with this, your paper is ready. I mean, after you, the authors of this particular paper. So again, what I do here is I save this paper, and also what I do, I actually save it as different name and put here A means author or author. So means this is action, then pending author action. So again here, I remove all the changes, except all the changes. And now, as I did, I will send this paper to Dr. Martin's website, WhatsApp, please. Dr. Martin, help me to pass this to the authors involved. Okay, so now we have 2 papers almost ready. So left 11 papers. So those who attended the session for today, as I mentioned, please, I hope that you can finish by 27th. Okay, so that I will be able to, inshallah, upload all the papers before 1st February. Okay, with this, I think I I'm done. Okay. If please you have any question, do please ask.
Silakan yang mau bertanya. Any question? Yes, shoot.
Any question, please?
I think very clear, Prof. They
Okay.
just waiting for
Yes. All right. So I hope it is clear for all. And I again do hope that I receive good quality papers in terms of the formatting. By the way, Dr. Martin, I check the paper as a journal article, especially the first one. I really found it is very good paper. Okay, the sections are all the main sections are there. There is a research, okay, can be seen the research, okay. I actually like the first paper, I read it, the one which I sent it to you last time and sent it now, right? So I did not check other paper, but I believe that the quality of the paper as a research, I'm not talking about the formatting, is good, which is actually encourage me, inshallah, to work again with you. And I hope this meeting as a video will be kept as a reference for you in the future. I mean, for all authors' future when they submit. Hopefully that you can submit with good quality and as well as good formatting status.
Inshallah.
Inshallah.
So,
all right.
For the rest, you will send us or how we get
For the rest, as I believe if they followed me today, I believe they almost done, except probably for the references. So they can actually spend maybe 3 to 4 hours for each paper to finish, and then please collect all the paper, Dr. Radif, and send it as one batch so that I can check, hopefully, by 27th, okay? Encourage you before this, that will be great.
Okay, so I just wait for the other files to the other file, and I'll send.
Yeah, okay. So please ask Prof. Martin to tell them to do that fastly.
Inshallah,
Yeah.
Question.
All right.
Chat, Prof. I would like to ask regarding the nomenclature section.
Nomenclature. Oh, yeah, that's good. You actually remind me of this. Very good. Thank you, Dr. Martin. Okay. All right. I open the yes. Thank you very much. I actually almost forget about it because I did not see actually nomenclatures in the paper I so far checked. Anyway, so the nomenclature, please, is usually written after the conclusion or after acknowledgement, if any, right? So the nomenclature actually consists of 3 parts. One is the English abbreviations, symbols, not abbreviation. And the second is the Greek symbols. And the third is abbreviation. All right. I believe, okay, that your paper, mostly you don't have symbols, but mainly you have abbreviation, I believe, right? So in this case, you, for example, if you have just abbreviation, you simply actually highlight this, right? What you do, you first copy this exactly and paste it in your paper, right? So you keep the same formatting. So you highlight all this, okay, and cut if you have only abbreviation, okay, and then you need to put here the border. Thank you, Dr. Martin, you remind me this, right? And then here you have abbreviation. So the abbreviation, usually you list all, okay, in alphabetical order, and then you expand it. For example, ISA is International Standard Atmosphere. So capital letters, all the words, the first letters of all the words. Okay, JESTEC, for example, Journal of Engineering Science, and so on. So important that you put it in alphabetical order. In case that you have symbols, for example, right? Then symbols usually you can list here, right? In italic mode and write what the symbols means. Okay, you use in the paper. Only the symbols you use in the text. By the way, if the symbol is used only one time, you don't need to put it, by the way, in the nomenclatures. But if there is actually a symbol used many times, okay, so you don't want to repeat the meaning of the symbols in each sentence you put, right? So you put it in this case in nomenclature. Likewise for the abbreviation. If there is one abbreviation, you use it once, okay, you don't repeat it again, I think you don't need to list it here, right? Only if you repeat it again, okay, to save, for example, writing, that's why you you use abbreviation. So if you use more than one time, okay, it's of course recommended to put it under the abbreviation section.
Okay,
Okay,
very clear.
very clear.
Farida,
Alhamdulillah.
ya.
All right.
Ada lagi yang lain pertanyaan?
Any questions, please ask.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't share. I'm sorry. I explained without sharing, right?
Yeah. Very
Okay.
clear.
Anyway,
Explanation.
this is the I forgot to share. So this is what I mentioned. Okay, you can cut here, right? And then you list all the abbreviation of, or if you have, then you actually can follow. And as I mentioned, after the conclusion section or after acknowledgement, if you have any.
Okay.
All right, any other questions from the participants? No? Okay, then Dr. Radif?
Yes. Thank you very much, Ross. Everything is
Yeah,
very clear,
welcome.
I think. I hope we can do
Yeah,
breakdown.
and I have one request, please,
Yes.
Dr. Radif. Right, if possible later, if possible, you can download this video, right?
Right.
And you please share with me the link, okay? So that I can use it for my future reference, okay, for the authors. I will, of course, trim it, okay? So it make it like, I think I will not show your identity, only the content, yeah.
Actually, this is already online in YouTube, so you can.
Oh, okay.
already.
Oh, so it is, okay, then
I
you
sent
send
to
me
you.
the link.
Yeah, I
Okay.
sent to you before.
And it's
It's open
public for everyone?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Everyone can
okay.
see. Everything
All right,
Prof.
never
Martin is
mind.
online
Okay,
in
just
YouTube.
send me. Okay, just send me the link. I think
Yeah, yeah.
if you don't mind, then I share with authors who ask about the formatting of the paper. Yeah.
Okay. Alhamdulillah.
Just please send me the link in WhatsApp.
I do,
All right.
inshallah.
Inshallah.
Thank you very
Thank you
much.
very much.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you. All right. All right. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Maka dengan demikian kita berakhir sudah. We end to this time. Thank you for your coming and see you again. Ada apa-apa silakan dikan pada grup. Jangan khawatir, jangan sungkan. Kita masih berguru dengan Prof. Abdul Karim, beliau akan bantu semuanya. Thank you very much everyone. Thank you Prof. Jazakallah khair. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Prof.
Thank you very much Prof.
Thank you, Prof.